AU's textbooks are currently sold by Efollet, which runs the AU Bookstore. But with higher prices than textbooks sold on websites like Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com, many students feel Efollet overprices books. With Follett's contract expiring in June and the new contract up for bid, we went to Jody Norris, Director of Auxiliary Services, to find out if a different vendor would be selected.
There are only a very small number of bookstore vendors left. Of those, Barnes & Noble and efollet are the largest. We invited a couple others who declined because of their financial situation.
Even if AU decides to go with Barnes & Noble instead of Efollet, there probably will not be much of a practical difference for students buying textbooks next fall.
I'm in the process of putting together a list of criteria which would better compare the two, because I think a lot of people consider the finances, and that's it. But in our case, we need to consider this is a service to the students. It's not just about making money for the university. So we need to know, what are you going to do for our students? How are you going to reach out? What are you going to support? So that list of criteria will be asked to each of them in a private interview, and then we will select. But like I said, there's not a whole lot of difference. It's more or less we feel that it's going to be who's going to bring the most to our community.
Norris also said that the bookstore often has to rush order books when faculty wait until the last minute to assign textbooks, passing the additional costs on to students.
The challenging part is, as always, the textbooks. The textbooks are too high. That is a challenge that any vendor who does the textbooks is challenged with because of all the different people who are involved with that.
While Auxiliary Services had hoped to make a decision by April 15th, they promised to make a decision before students had left for the summer. Reporting for ATV News, this has been Mike Conte.